Hi, this is Eldervi, and welcome back to the second part of my How to Summon video. So many thanks for all your compliments on the first part and also your questions. I will cover some of them in this video, and I think getting your input made the whole topic much better than what I could have done alone, so many thanks for that. As promised, this time I'll be focusing on the different types of banners, showing you which banners are best to merge up your favorite heroes, which will give you the most 5 stars for your orbs, and also how pity rates and our own expectations change the view on our results. If you didn't enjoy the green tea last time, you will absolutely hate it this time, as we will rise to the esoterical levels of chanting and hummus. Seriously, who enjoys this stuff? I will of course also cover the highly discussed topic of the last weeks, color sharing, especially in hindsight of our upcoming A Hero Rises banner. Spoiler alert, no matter if you were part of the discussion or not, my honest take on it will probably surprise you. For those of you who haven't seen the first part, where I covered how the summoning system works and how the color pool sizes change the summoning rate of our focus heroes, please check it out. There's a link in the top right corner of your screen. I will often refer to the information I gave you last time in this second part, and I highly believe it's useful information in general for both summoning pros and noobs. For those of you feeling offended now, I was among the noobs as well before I researched the topic for the purpose of these videos, so you're not alone. That being said, let's hop right into the action. Over the years, Fire Emblem Heroes has presented us tons of different banners, at least as many as game modes, which they have been neglecting for months. They reach from the typical new heroes banners, to focus banners, to Hero Fest, to double special hero banners, and legendary and mythic banners. All of them are different in terms of odds and the number of focus units, and with multiple banners being active at the same time, it is easy to lose the overview when it comes to where to spend your orbs in the most effective way. To guide you through the odds of the different banner types, let's go back to our Church of Zeros banner from the first video, which stands for every new heroes banner having 1 focus unit per color, including a demoted hero. Random side note, the percentages I will present will of course slightly change with each new heroes banner that brings us new units to the pool. Unless IS completely neglects 1 color in multiple banners though, I'm looking at you my poor green card child. My presented numbers won't change significantly, at least until we get our next mass 5-star removal from book 3. As we will focus on spending a lot of orbs instead of free summoning this time, let's concentrate on the 3rd and 4th column, showing us the odds of summoning a focus hero at 3% appearance chance. Just to recap, much to the annoyance of those watchers who just left to watch the last 20-minute video. Quick, use all your orbs before they come back so nothing is left for them. We came to the result that colorless has the least odds of presenting us a 5-star focus unit, while green has the biggest chance, both caused by the high/low number of units in the 3 and 4-star summoning pool. With this, we might easily jump to the conclusion that it is much harder to merge up Flame compared to any other unit, and this is not exactly true. As this will be the layout I will use to cover all different types of banners, let me quickly introduce you to the information it contains. In the right corner you will see the 5-star focus heroes, numbered from 1 to 4, presenting the number of focus units on this banner. Below you have the percentage of that unit appearing if you select their orb color without an increased pity rate. These are the same numbers I explained you how to get in the end of the last video. The smarty pants among you might have already spotted a slight change in numbers though. This is not a mathematical error, though it may have happened somewhere in this video, seeing how many numbers I was playing with. In fact, as the colorless 3 and 4-star summoning pool recruited yet another new useless member, sorry Linhardt, the chances of Flame showing up under a colorless orb dropped even slightly more. What a bummer. Still, the number of orbs needed to plus 10 Flame on this banner are slightly lower than those of Catherine, although her summoning odds are higher. Why is that? First of all, and this is very important for the whole video, we are talking about averages. When you drink a shot for each time I will say average in this video, I recommend you not to drive your car afterwards, for about a week. Out of 101 Dalmatians, there's only one who spends this specific amount of orbs to plus 10 their flame, 50 others will use less or even much less orbs. Those are the ones you see bragging around on Twitter, showing off their triple focus hero summoning circles. While 50 others need more or much more orbs. Those are the ones usually ending up on Reddit, where people reply evenly with their condolences and words of advice to reconsider your life decisions. Now, speaking in terms of down under, many of you may sympathize with the idea of just being average down there. I mean, average is fine. But we all know that average numbers can only exist when for each porn star showing us this, also someone like this is on the other side of the scale. No one wants to be that dude, but you have to work with the things you got. And when it's too hard to accept, we can always hope that the Asian player base will swallow the bitter pill for us. Summoning. We are only talking about bad summoning results. Everyone who thought about something else is clearly racist. Shame on you! Let's get back to our problem. 11 copies of Flame take around 1700 orbs on average. Drink! While 11 copies of Catherine take around 60 orbs more. How is this possible when Catherine has a realistic summoning rate of 2.97%, while Flame only has 2.69%? The answer is something we experience every day while summoning, most of the times much to our annoyance. Orbs do not appear evenly in terms of colors. The actual color spread of this new Heroes banner looks like this. We have only a 18% chance of a green orb showing up in our circle, compared to a 28% chance of a colorless orb appearing. So while Shamir has a great summoning rate of 4.3%, it won't help you much if the game doesn't present you a green orb. Sniping on green may more often result in a circle without any green orbs, forcing you to take another color, which overall increases the number of orbs you need to get copies. Sniping on colorless, where it's more likely you are able to pick multiple orbs in the same circle, overall reduces the orb costs by presenting more chances. For those of you having the desire to deeply understand the summoning system, I will quickly explain how the color distribution works. For all others, let me just quickly play a catchy song so you may hum it in your heads till we switch back to our focus banner. Oh fuck, I have to watch this part, right? So, similar to how we determined the chance of an orb containing a focus hero in the last video, by adding all the events we want before we divide them with all the possible events, we can do the same thing to find out how common a certain color will appear on a banner. The pool numbers I present you right there do have our latest new heroes from 3 houses included. These will, as I said before, slightly change with each new heroes banner, but not in a tremendous amount until the book 3 5-star heroes are taken out of the pool. Now, as before, we simply need to take the events we are looking for. In this case we are looking for any result in our star layer, picking a green unit out of the available hero pools in the second step, so green will show up on the color layer, divided with all possible events, so each star value in each color. As the number in the bottom will stay the same for every color we want to determine, let's take a closer look at the numbers in the top row and compare them to the numbers of the colorless pool. If these numbers don't make any sense to you now, shame on you because you haven't watched the first part of the video, or shame on me for not having it explained well. We see the same chances for the 5-star focus unit, as there is a single focus unit on each color. Green has a slight advantage in the 5-star pool and 4-star special pool, which you can also see by looking at the pool sizes. But then colorless kicks in with a massive amount of 4-star and 3-star units compared to green. As the color will show up last, only after the unit has already been picked, you have therefore a much bigger chance of seeing a colorless orb in your summoning circle instead of a green orb, which has overall the lowest chances of visually appearing. So even though Flame as a focus unit has a lower chance of appearing from a colorless orb, the bigger amount of colorless orbs showing up will even out the chances, making colorless focus hero chances even to those of red and blue focus heroes. Green will likely always be the exception, as the green pool is so small compared to the others that even the lower numbers of orbs appearing can't even out the much higher chances of a green orb containing a focus unit. Green units are overall in every banner the easiest summonable and mergeable units in the game, which might explain the ridiculous high number of +10 bikes and +10 Betelguards we see all over the place. Now, if you are wondering why I haven't shown stats for Sedef, it's of course because he's male, and in Fire Emblem Heroes we treat male units like dirt. Happy belated Women's Day to all my female and female adoring watchers. Seriously though, I haven't shown the stats for Sedef because he was of course the Demote unit of the banner, which makes him also show up as a 4-star unit with his very own chance of 3%. This exclusive white old man treatment makes him show up more often than any other focus unit on the banner. Indeed, and I am sure you've heard this before, the number of focus units on a banner does determine the chances of the unit appearing tremendously. This can easily be explained by again using the very same formula as before. 5-star focus Sedef and 4-star focus Sedef both appear to be summonable with a chance of 3%. As 5-star focus Sedef has to share his 3% with 3 other ladies, while 4-star focus Sedef takes all the glory for himself. A blue orb containing 4-star Sedef is much more likely, and with actually over 10%, far from the 3% the game is visually showing us. With that, we have already learned our second rule. The less focus units on a banner, the better the odds, as they don't have to share the summoning chances as much. With that, combining our realistic summoning rate and the color distribution, we can get the average amount of orbs having to be spent in order to summon a focus hero of that color. And here we see what I claimed before. Red, blue and colorless will have almost even chances to summon a focus hero in the end, with 120 orbs being the average amount to be spent on new heroes banners to summon one of the focus units, assuming you are only sniping on that color. Although I don't want to cover it too much, there is of course always the debate of summoning full circles compared to color sniping. If you summon on all focus colors, that's the last colorful orb in the row, the average amount of orbs to be spent goes down to 85, as you obviously don't miss the green focus unit while you only snipe reds. Summoning full circles does give you therefore an advantage in the amount of units you are able to summon with your orbs, but unless you are fine with any result, you will more likely end up with units you didn't want. Summoning full circles is therefore good for people who value each of the focus units in the same amount. This may very well include the unit which also appears as Demote, and try to get the most 5 stars out of their orbs while they collect their 40 summons to reach the safe spark. Now, to rank the value of the other types of banners, we will define the new heroes banner as our base and compare it to the others. First of all, let's take a quick look at how 4-star focus units affect the overall summoning rates. Does a banner with a 4-star focus unit have better or worse odds than one without it? Like, for example, our Brave Hero banner. We have still 4 focus units sharing the 3% summoning rate, but interestingly, the chance for each of them being summoned is slightly below those of the Demote banner. This is caused by the structure of the appearance rates. As the 3% chance for a Demote unit is directly taken out of the usual 4-star appearance rate, the chances for a 4-star appearing on any of the other colors go slightly down. Therefore, their chance of being a 5-star slightly increases. The difference is rather minimal though. As you can see, the average amount of orbs per 5-star increases only by 1 or 2 orbs. 11 copies do therefore take around merely 10 to 20 orbs more compared to a banner which also has a Demote unit. Therefore, I would rank them more or less same-ish, but it is nice to know that having Demotes on a banner also gives a slight advantage to the other colors. Now that you've seen that less focus units give a better result, as their summoning rate won't be shared as much, the next step to look at is obvious. What about banners with better summoning rates? Still staying in the 4 focus heroes department, we have a unique banner dropping only a few times per year, the Hero Fest. With our knowledge from before, this one is pretty much straightforward. A chance of 5% divided by 4 focus units is obviously better than a chance of 3% divided by 4 focus units. Therefore, the number of orbs per focus unit goes down, resulting in having to use far less orbs in order to +10 your unit. And we are not talking about a small amount, we are actually talking about 600 orbs less at average to +10 a unit compared to a regular new heroes banner. This makes the Hero Fest more valuable in both areas, merging and the number of focus units per orbs. Should we get another Hero Fest this year, apart from the anniversary, with the Brave 3 Houses units, like they did for Choose Your Legends 3 for example, merging Edelgard will be much more valuable on this one, compared to her original banner, or also the A Hero Rises banner, for all of those who are still sad about her loss. And that's enough comforting for you guys. Now get out of here! How dare you even thinking about it? She was free before! I would like to own one of her. Or 11. Whatever the game is willing to give me. The Hero Fest is obviously great, but it only focuses a few heroes each year, so there is no way of telling if the unit you like will end up on one of these. With that being said, let's go over to the subject we are all desperately waiting for. How does color sharing affect our results? As we all know, our upcoming A Hero Rises banner will have 4 focus units sharing only 2 colors. There have been mixed feelings about this forever, especially as IS started to give us more color sharing banners again compared to a long time where they tried very hard to put only 1 unit on each color. Now, there are those claiming they got the wrong focus unit, therefore it's bad, against those claiming it's easier to get both, therefore it's good. In reality, both of them are right. Let's hop back to our screen where we determined that the appearance rate will be shared by the number of focus units. While the upcoming A Hero Rises banner will also feature 4 focus units, resulting in the same share of 0.75% per hero, 2 of them are each sharing 1 color, therefore the event of our blue orb being also a focus unit doubles. You can see this pretty clearly when we once more do the math of what we want versus what's possible. As we want a blue 5-star focus, both the chance for Dimitri and Zeros will be viable. Therefore our chances of summoning a 5-star hero will rise tremendously. 5.47% chance is nearly twice as much compared to our regular banner without color sharing. So simply spoken, you will summon twice as many 5-star focus heroes with nearly the same amount of orbs. That's great. But I only want Zeros, not Dimitri. That's a valid point. While we do summon almost twice as many heroes, who says that it will be the hero we want? Indeed, if we focus once more on what we want, in this case specifically one of the 2 blue focus heroes, we will indeed see that the chances are lower compared to a non-color sharing banner, as the what's possible row still includes both Zeros and Dimitri. So with that in mind, let's hop over to our analytics. Here you can see the results of the things we just learned. Instead of having to blow 120 orbs at average to summon a blue focus unit, we are down to 66 orbs. If we pick both focus colors, we may summon a focus hero with every 55 orbs spent. Or to put it differently, we may pull a focus hero after 11 summons, which is huge in combination with the free spark after 40 summons. At the same time, if your goal is to merge these heroes, you will actually use more orbs. Not too much, we are talking about 100 orbs difference for plus 10ing a unit, and with twice as many heroes compared to a non-color sharing banner, it does mean that we may plus 10 both of them within the same 1860 orbs. In theory. You may also end up with 10 Zeros and 3 Dimitri, while all you wanted was to merge your Dimitri, and there are only so many heroes profiting from Dragon Ball and Mirror Impact fodder. That's why I would want to address the color sharing issue as fairly and honest as possible. Yes, it is true that you will summon way more focus units on a color sharing banner. There is no guarantee though that it will be the unit you are looking for. Back in the day, when I summoned on Daddy Hector with around 1.2k hardly earned free-to-play orbs, I was more than lucky ending up with 11 copies of Hector and only 5 copies of Ishtar, with some other cool units along the way. That's incredible value for merely 1.2k orbs. It could have easily been the other way around though, and let's be honest, a plus 10 Ishtar won't do much for anyone who is not overly obsessed with the genealogy games. Color sharing will give you the most value out of your orbs in terms of multiple focus units, but unless you are fine with either outcome, you may leave unsatisfied nevertheless. Looking at our past recent color sharing banners, just ask yourself if you would be fine with summoning either of them, and if the answer is no, all value of the world may not make that banner great for you. Just on a quick side note, as I've seen people wondering about that as well, Color sharing banners do not affect the units of the other colors who are not sharing their focus. The duo does have the exact same chance to be summoned on the current 3 houses banner as Shamir had on her banner with 4 focus units on different colors. So, is it worth summoning on the upcoming A Hero Rises banner? The answer is a clear yes if you are looking to merge any of them. Regardless of whether you feel like color sharing is good or bad for your purpose, 3 out of 4 of these units only appear on legendary and mythic banners otherwise, so this will be the best chance to summon and merge them you'll ever get. I will cover the exact odds for legendary banners later, so let me just present you the final numbers for now to make a valid point. Including the spark, which is indeed a nice cherry on top of the cake, bringing your hero to plus 10 will cost you around 400 orbs less at average compared to trying the same thing on legendary banners. Of course there will be those unlucky folks who summoned 5 zeros on her mythic banner and will now suddenly be struck with 5 Dimitris instead, destroying the dream of their plus 10 focus unit. But as we are still speaking about average results, drink! The banner provides much better odds compared to legendary banners, especially considering the spark, which will spare you from summoning 1 extra copy. It is slightly different for Ninja Lin. While you may argue that you will just merge her along with every copy of Corrin you get, the chances are only significantly better to plus 10 her on this banner compared to trying the same thing on the rerun of the Ninja banner for example, and they are slightly worse if you use your free spark on any of the other units. Her value on the banner is more an exclusivity thing, as she will only appear on 2 other banners this year. She will likely appear on the next Double Special Heroes banner, or the one after that, possibly color sharing with either Pirate Tibon, Xane or Winter Zephyran. A banner with also good odds, so it wouldn't be the worst thing not pulling many copies of her now, especially considering that she doesn't need the merges in order to perform great. You basically only want to plus 10 her for the arena, and for your very own waifu goals. No shade at waifu goals, my wife is starting to summon a Sue for herself. More on that later. When we are talking about merging up units, we obviously also have to talk about pity rates, the probably most genius marketing idea to make players with a bad experience continue throwing away orbs. Was that already judgmental? Damn it. So as you know, the game gifts us with better chances to summon our focus heroes for being unlucky before. I often find myself thinking, well, I've spent so many orbs already and I'm at 3.75% focus rate, I just have to get a hero now. But I likely won't. This graph will probably hurt a lot of players and I'm sorry for that, but the rates are increasing in such a low way that the hero you finally pulled would have probably also appeared without a pity rate. You can pretty much see it visually in our game show wheel from the last video. The first circle showing you the odds entering the banner, and on the far right we have that one unlucky dude or dudette who summoned 60 times without any 5-star, and their circle doesn't look great. I still see a waste space screaming 3 or 4-star. Presenting it with the aid of Flame, you can see that the chance of her being below a colorless orb constantly rises, no doubt about that. But there is no, now she has to appear. The number below is the amount of orbs 50% of the players who reach that step will spend until they pull the next copy of her. Or to put it the other way round, 50% won't get her after having spent that number. It's the 120 orbs we defined earlier once we start summoning on the banner. After 15 summons, building up a summoning rate of 3.75%, a number where I experience many players getting nervous, 50% of the summoners will still not get her within the next 90 orbs. 30 summons. We are now very close to our free spark. She has to come home now so I can leave without a pity rate. Not for those 50% who still will not have her after 76 more orbs. And even among those poor Reddit guys who reached a pity rate of 6%, half of them won't have her with another 50 orbs. Now don't get me wrong, pity rates are a good thing. It's better having them instead of not having them. We just need to adjust our very own expectations. Even the highest imaginable pity rate won't bring us into the heights where a focus unit is certain. They are in fact a very fine marketing trick to fool our mind, making us keep spending orbs although our feeling would have already told us to stop it. Just ask yourself, if there was no pity rate and you would always stay at 3%, would you keep going on after 30 failed tries? If not, why would you keep going at 4%? But didn't you tell us just now that the Hero Fest is so good because of the 5%? Shouldn't I have the same odds if I reach 5% pity rate? Yes, of course, but the Hero Fest banner is not a safe check to summon your unit either. The average amount to summon a unit on the Hero Fest is still around 80 orbs, so you won't suddenly get your flame within the next 5 orbs of your pity rate banner.
My love for you. Why?
So, as this was a lot of information, let's quickly resume our results for the 4 focus unit banners. While each unit has a different chance to appear, based on the amount of units in their respective color pool, the amount of orbs appearing for each color evens out the odds, resulting in red, blue and colorless having nearly the same chances to summon a focus unit. Green has overall the best chances of being summoned, even though the green color will appear the least during summoning. Demotes can be summoned really efficiently, which is especially valuable on seasonal banners, where the demoted unit doesn't go in the normal 3 and 4 star pool afterwards. Colorsharing results in overall more focus units per orbs. If you really only want one of them though, your experience might be bad overall, as there is no telling in which proportion you will summon them. While demotes slightly increase chances for the other focus units on the banner as well, colorsharing doesn't affect the units on the other colors at all. The Hero Fest banner has the best odds among the 4-star focus banners, simply due to the increased 5-star rate. Any other 4 focus hero banner, like Wanting Gauntlet banners or New Power banners, are straight out worse. They generally have the same odds as new hero banners, but they are missing the spark system. Therefore, I wouldn't recommend summoning on them, unless you are really desperate to summon their units, or unless they have extremely good color sharing value. From this we can form 4 golden rules, which can be applied to any banner. Green is always best, the summoning appearance divided by the amount of focus heroes is better the higher it gets, demotes are great, and color sharing results in twice as many heroes, but you may not like their ratio. Before I close this section, I got a comment from one of you which was quite intriguing for me. This YouTuber asked about the state of demote units, looking for a lens flyer for the arena, but having summoned only a single setup so far. The demote units are of course great on seasonal banners, where they vanish afterwards, but I never really considered spending orbs on units who go into the regular 3 and 4 star summoning pool. Then this happened only a few days ago. It's Sedef. My very first one. Wow, that's odd.
Curious about my age, are you? Let us leave it at this. I am a fair bit older than you.
Isn't he around for almost half a year now? And I never summoned him once? That's crazy! Though it's really not. I took my phone and took that of my wife and checked our hero collection to see how often we luckily pulled the demotes of the last year. Both of us were only summoning with free-to-play orbs. I've had my last big summoning session with 900 orbs on legendary Lilina's banner, focusing on red and colorless, while my wife heavily summoned blue on the New Year's banner. Interestingly, these are our results. I was lucky having pulled both Merlinus and Natasha during my legendary summoning session, but after that I am missing copies of any of the new demotes. My wife was lucky summoning Miranda twice, once as the demote on her banner and once in the meantime, and she also summoned a 5-star Lex on his banner and got another one in the meantime, so she's only missing out on Natasha and Linhardt, who was just added. Overall though, neither of us would be able to plus 10 any of the units who got demoted during the last year. My closest shot is Forest with 3 missing copies. My wife got a lot of Wrath, missing only 2 copies for a potential plus 10. I do ship Hector and Lyn though, so Sue can find herself a new mother, not gonna happen. We are both especially low on copies of Sedef, who was rather appreciated by the fanbase, with me having pulled my first copy this week. My wife on the other hand spent 500-ish orbs summoning on blue recently and also has only 2 of them. The reason for this is actually simple. While Sedef has very well chances of being summoned on his own banner as a 4-star focus, he has to share his focus in the regular summoning pool with 36 other blue units. I made the effort to calculate the chances, and summoning him randomly from the pool has lower odds than summoning a focus 5-star hero on a banner. It won't get much better for the demotes on the other colors. Green does of course have rather good odds again, as there are only 26 units in the regular 3 and 4-star pool, while summoning a specific colorless demote has again the worst chances. I wonder why. I can't see any reason. Can you see one? I guess it's just an oddity. So if you want to plus 10 a pool unit demote, is it maybe worth doing it on their demote banner with increased chances after all? Well, to be fair, I can't answer that. It depends on how much you really like the character. I didn't see reason to use orbs on a unit ending up in the regular 3 and 4-star pool yet, but I was also not overly obsessed with any of the demoted units. It is good to know though that pulling a certain demote unit is even less likely than pulling a 5-star focus on a new hero banner, unless it's Seth of course, who always appears at 100%. That's why they are not doing red demotes. They know we will never be able to pull them because it's always Seth. Therefore, if your goal really is to plus 10 your favorite demote unit in a reasonable fast amount of time, look for yourself if any of the other focus units on the banner has enough value for you to spark on them, and then pick the color of the demote, either solely or together with another color till you reach the spark. You will get 1 or 2 5-stars at average till you reach the 40 summons necessary for the free spark, and you may pick up around 5 copies of the demote along the way. With that you may start your plus 10 journey at a comfortable plus 4, making it easier to fulfill your goal in the time span of a year. So, now that we understand the golden rules, let's take a closer look at number 2, the amount of focus heroes and their appearance rate. For that, let's start by looking at the bright side. Obvious banners, which are often overlooked, are skill and focus banners. They usually only feature 3 units, making them share the 3% focus rate at an even 1% per unit. This alone makes summoning them much easier compared to new hero banners. Even with taking their free spark into account, skill banner with 3 units will cost around 25 orbs less at average to summon a single copy of the focus unit, therefore around 250 orbs less to plus 10 a unit, and as they showcase special skills, they are often packed with really good units, making focus pity breakers less painful as well. Color sharing works the same way on these banners. It doesn't affect the unit on the second color who isn't color sharing, but for those that do, you may actually summon a focus unit after every 50 orbs, which are the same odds legendary banners have in terms of units per orbs. And just quickly browsing through our latest banners, I find surprisingly many who had 2 pretty good units sharing the focus. The next banner to look at are hero revivals. I didn't consider them too much in the past, and oh boy have I been wrong. They are built out of 3 units who are never color sharing, having a focus rate of 4% instead of 3%, with off-focus heroes being 1% down. Now, I don't know if I've been ignorant all these times, but I didn't care too much about these banners, as I was under the impression that they included all former 5-stars in their regular 5-star pool, making pity breakers extremely annoying. Either I was wrong, or they changed it with the 4-star special update, because in this moment the regular 5-star pool has only our new heroes, making the odds for these revival banners extremely good. With only 1000 orbs at average, the cost to plus 10 these units is around 600 orbs below units from new hero banners, including the spark. Okay, but these are all outdated heroes which can also appear in the new wishing star pool. That's true, but there are still some gems among them. People who are looking to put some merges on their bikes, Backdoors, Brave Veronicas, Mikayas, Murs, Brave Celicas, all still viable heroes in the current meta, and I could easily go on, may very well fulfill their wishes at an extra low orb cost. Also keep in mind that these heroes from book 3 might join the weekly revival club once our next Brave heroes arrive, so if you're still planning on putting some merges on them, you may want to consider to wait a bit longer for maximum value. After that there is only one way up, the topping of the cake, 2 focus unit banners. This only happened once in the history of Fe if I'm not mistaken, and I actually don't think they will do it again. That's why I don't want to spend too much time on this one. But a banner with only 2 units is the most value you can get right now. They will share their 3% summoning rate equally, resulting in summoning focus heroes as fast as on color sharing banners, but with the big advantage that the double amount of heroes you will summon are all the one very same focus unit. No sharing, straight out twice as many focus units as usual. It won't really get better than that. So to summon it up once more, fewer focus units at the same or even increasing summoning rates make summoning and merging way more efficient. 2 hero banners have amazing results in both merging and units per orbs. Skill banners or other equivalents with 3 focus units are a good way to merge newly released units with better odds than on the original banners, and weekly revivals have even better odds to merge up your book 1, 2 and soon book 3 units. Color sharing applies in the same way as before, with almost twice as many units if you are willing to summon both of them. Now that we have taken a glimpse into heaven, let's go the other way straight to hell. If the less focus units the better is accurate, you already know where I will go next. Legendary Hell. 3 units of each color are sharing an 8% focus with no off-focus pity breakers. Doesn't even sound great in their own deceiving advertising. When 12 units share an 8% focus rate, only 0.66% are left for each single one of them, compared to the already bad odds of 0.75% new hero banners provide, and there are no sparks, tickets or other gimmicks. But isn't this just another way of color sharing? How can one be good while the other is not? Well, to be fair, I sneaked out before in saying that color sharing is good. It is what it is. More units with the existing chance of not getting the unit you want. But this time our appearance rate is even worse on top. A 0.66% times 3 goes up to a 2% chance per color, so 0.5% on top compared to 2 heroes color sharing. With this we will have to spend even less orbs for a single unit, making legendary hero banners indeed the best when you are trying to get as many focus units as possible with your orbs. Trying to snipe a particular focus unit is even worse than normal color sharing though, as you divide your already lower odds by 3, resulting in a merely 2.51% chance, the lowest we have seen so far. So while the chances to get any focus unit are better than ever before, which one of these you will get is again a total gamble. With 2 units color sharing, half of the players will already get the other unit, which they may be looking for more with the next focus hero. Only 25% of the players will still be unlucky with the 3rd try, but after 8 copies it is nearly impossible someone didn't get the other focus unit at least once. On legendary and mythic banners, it takes 3 focus units till half of the players get the one they wanted. Not such a big deal, that's true. But after 5 focus heroes, 25% of the players may still be struck with the 2 they didn't want. After 7 focus units, it may still be 10% desperately waiting for the one hero, and only after summoning 18 focus heroes, it is rather safe to say that also the most unluckiest player finally got their copy. By that time you may have already plus 10'd one of the units you didn't want. So poor you if your goal was not only to get a single copy, but to merge them. 2100 orbs at average promise you to plus 10 a unit from the legendary or mythic banner. With an average of 50 orbs per unit, 2100 orbs should bring around 42 focus heroes. Now if you consider that you need 11 merges to plus 10 a unit, that leaves another 31 focus units which you will assumingly pull across the board while you are still color sniping, just to get 11 copies of one of 3 focus units, and this may not be the one you wanted to own 11 copies from. All of us have preferences towards certain characters, and they are rarely split evenly between 2 characters, even less between 3. I choose to present a legendary Liliana banner as this was the one I was summoning on with nearly 1000 orbs, and while I considered any of the red units being great value, Liliana was the one I wanted least and got the most. That's just how it is, and if we know what to expect, we may enjoy the good side of the banner, the amazing focus hero rate per orb. Since the addition of legendary banners, IS has created other banners in the super many units sharing seemingly better chances division, so let's also take a quick look at them. We are getting a double special heroes banner approximately every second month, where the seasonal heroes of 2 banners are mashed together at a 6% focus rate. You may assume I'll jump to the same conclusion as before, too many focus heroes, color sharing, la 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 la. But these banners are actually free from the legendary flaw. 8 units sharing 6% is the exact same value as 4 units sharing 3%, with the additional benefit of summoning nearly twice as many focus heroes due to the color sharing effect. And unlike their counterparts, normal special hero banners with color sharing, you will actually spend less orbs at average on double special heroes. This is caused by the 3% off focus 5-star summoning rate being added to their focus rate. With that, double special hero banners are indeed better than common special hero banners, unless they add a spark to them. One word of advice though, summoning the 4-star focused units from these double special hero banners is actually worse compared to their original banners. The next demotes in line are green Legacies, colorless Xane, red Seahark and blue Hilda, so if IS puts any combination of these together on a banner, their odds will end up being worse compared to their original banners. The new Legendary Hero remix is therefore more or less the same as double special heroes, just without demotes, and as they seem to repeat popular 5-star units among the old legendaries, you might indeed see value in summoning on them if 2 heroes you like are sharing a color. And then we have one last oddity to cover, the mixed special heroes banner at the beginning of this year, where they combined 4 new special heroes with the 4 of last year, whose banner should have been rerun at the same time. I don't know what they were smoking when they came up with that idea, nor do I know if they will repeat it in the future. They didn't do it on the Valentine's banner, and last year's Bunny banner is also scheduled to be rerun, but they will have another chance on the Brides and Summer units, so let's see which route they will take. With 6% for focus heroes and 2% for off-focus heroes, the number of 5-star units will increase overall, while the odds for your focus heroes stay the same. Therefore, I would say that this one has even better value than the double special heroes banner, but it does put those heroes in the same mental box as legendary heroes, where you are left with no other chance than to accept the benefits and flaws of color sharing. Overall speaking, more focus units on a single color usually result in more 5-star focus summons overall, but with every additional unit on a color, the chance to summon or merge a specific one gets lower. This may be prevented by adjusted summoning rates, which is why the double hero banners at 6% have a slight advantage compared to regular special hero banners at 3% focus and 3% off focus, being able to summon twice as many focus heroes in actually the exact same amount of orbs, but you may or may not like them depending on which heroes they put together. Legendary and mythic hero banners are at the top and at the bottom at the same time. While they will give you overall the most focus units for your orbs, they will also make it the most difficult to summon or merge a specific one of them, and the result really depends on your mindset, more than any other banner does. This is the part where I will ask you to wrap yourself in a cozy blanket, because this will be as philosophical as it can get for a Fire Emblem Heroes player talking about summoning. The worst part about summoning are not the raids, but our very own expectations, which are visually and mentally often not on the same page as the coding of the game, and also our very own actions. I think I have shown you pretty clearly that the actual summoning rates are not those we see in the appearance rate at the bottom of our screen, and pity rates do not guarantee us pulling anything either. And then there is the issue of color sharing. When I was entering the legendary Lilina banner with over 900 hardly earned orbs, my expectation was a focus hero every 50 orbs, so 18 in total, obviously only divided among the colors I was sniping for, and hopefully only among the units I wanted most. But the game doesn't know what we want or don't want, and while my wife swears on chanting the hero names while she summons to actually tell the game what she wants, and I have to admit that she has the most impressive plus 10 hero catalog for being F2P, with nearly 7 exclusive plus 10 units compared to my merely 3, and one of mine is Bike, where we got half of the copies needed to plus 10 him as gifts along the way. I have to admit that I'm sometimes starting to throw everything I learned in math classes overboard when I see her summoning, and I also admit that I let her do my summons very frequently right now, hoping to receive some of that mojo as well. It brought me Ninja Lin and Duo Peony, so I'm surely not blaming her for the way she's doing things. But back to the topic, the game doesn't know which units we want, and not every player wants the same. Therefore, the very same summoning results will be amazing for Summoner 1, while they are devastating for Summoner 2. To make it more visible, let's analyze my results during the Lilina summoning session. I got my first focus hero after 118 orbs, which is bad, no sugarcoating needed for that. 50 is the average number of orbs needed for a single focus unit, and indeed 83 out of 100 other summoners have been luckier than me on that first summon. Assuming Lilina is the one hero I wanted though, I'm suddenly completely average, in the best kind of way. 115 orbs is the average number for a specific focus unit, so if Lilina was the target achieved. She wasn't though. After 163 orbs I summoned Bramimont. A player looking to summon Lilina and Bramimont would freak out at this point, as the average number for two specific units from two colors is at 300. Therefore, only 21 out of 100 other players achieved a better result than me. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's say my goal was to summon either Bramimont or Plumeria though, with still the same average of 115 orbs for at least one specific hero, so spending 163 to get one of them already doesn't sound as nice anymore. 278 orbs in and 3 other 5 stars later, I finally summon Claude. Great! Lilina and Claude, this was the goal. 2 specific focus units and I made it within 278 orbs, still below the average 302. Those won't change no matter which combination out of the 6 heroes I was personally looking for. Below average, average is good, fine with that. Not fine with still not having summoned Plumeria. Well, finally I got Claude. Took me long enough. I should have gotten him after 115 orbs. What did it take me instead? 278. Fucking scam. Rank 82 out of 100, so of course 81 other players got him faster than me. Just my usual amount of luck. Phew, there she is. Finally my first Plumeria. True, I've summoned 4 other 5 stars along the way, but I really wanted Plumeria and Claude. 476 orbs instead of 302. Not that great, but it can't be helped, can it? Fucking 476 orbs? Are you kidding me? 115 was the goal, and it takes me 476? That's why I hate this game. And by the way, where is the Duma I was looking for? What the fuck am I supposed to do with all these Bramimonts when the unit I wanted was Duma? There are only 5 guys more unlucky than me, and I swear, if I don't get Duma now, I will uninstall right away. Duma, there he is. This is kinda bad, isn't it? Duma and Plumeria were the heroes I wanted, and it took me 639 orbs to get each one of them once. Well, it's true that I summoned 13 other 5 stars, but I wanted Duma and Plumeria most. That's it. That's it. I asked for nothing but a single copy of either Duma or Regin, and I pay with 639 orbs to get only one of them? Really? Really? Please kill me, so I won't have to suffer any longer. 639 orbs and I get 1 out of 2. That's the hero every fucking 50 orbs for you. What a joke. Hey, there's Regin. Finally. I was happy when I summoned Claude so fast, but I didn't think it would cost me 683 orbs to get at least one Regin. Shouldn't the average be at around 300? Guess I'm just unlucky, aren't I? Or was I not? In the end, I summoned 21 focus heroes instead of the 18 I was hoping to get. I also took the other colors when I was pity broken at a higher rate, which gave me Peony, Celica and Gatry on top. Had I only sniped red, who knows what I would have ended up with, there's no way of telling it. But depending on our expectations, we may leave the very same banner with the utmost joy or deepest despair. My summoning session was good, let's not argue about that. There are far worse outcomes. But talking about the things I wanted for real when I entered the banner, as many copies of Plumeria and Claude as possible, 2 of each in 930 orbs is not great. The average for 2 specific focus units is 640 orbs, so 77 out of 100 other players were luckier than me in that regard. If my goal would have been to summon as many Lilina and Bramimont as possible, summoning 5 of each one of them is pretty damn great. 5 specific copies of 2 units of different colors usually take 1600 orbs. I managed to do it for a bit more than 900. there are only 4 out of 100 players with even better results. I am freaking number 5. And as I'm reasonable, going for specifically that banner as I knew I would be happy with most of the other units as well, I got 8 copies in total of my second most wanted heroes, Regan and Bramimond. Makes me rank number 17. Not bad at all for the result I decided I would be able to be fine with, if you ask me. Of course, those 5 Lilinas could have been 5 Plumerias. Why not? Even by knowing how summoning works, there's actually no reason why those 5 Lilinas couldn't have been 5 Plumerias. As focus units, they had the same odds and they were sharing the same color, so I would have picked exactly the same orbs. I could have also gotten 5 Dumas instead of Bramimond. How shitty would that be? I am more than lucky that I only pulled him once. And I am sure there are players who experienced exactly this, and I'm sorry for that. I really am. I know it's hard, but in the end, each one of us decides for themselves if they want to be happy with the result or not. So with the most possible positive mindset, let's take a look at the final ranking. Without surprise, Legendary and Mythic banners are on the last spot when it comes to merge your units. The 0.66% chance for a specific unit does hurt their overall performance. Surprisingly for me at least, the new hero banners are among the worst banners in order to merge units, with the Colorsharing ones being second to last. Seeing just how bad they are in reality actually hit me by surprise. It seems we were in desperate need of the Spark system and free tickets, and truth be told, seasonal banners should always have a Spark system as well by now. Maybe they got some good results from the Christmas banner and will give us sparks on seasonal banners in the future. It would be the right thing to do to make these slightly less painful. Therefore, as also covered, the double seasonal and hero mix banners share the same odds compared to regular non-color sharing banners, only slightly worse because of the missing spark system, which spares you from summoning one additional copy. Focus banners, both color sharing and non-color sharing, are indeed very valuable in terms of merging units, because of their focus summoning rate only being divided by 3 units. Even better, which was to be expected, is the Hero Fest, giving us good units with increased 5% focus odds, but surprisingly again slightly better are Hero Revivals, apart from the fact that they can't have new units on them, but Hero Fest also only features 4. So to merge your regular new units, sparking once on their new Heroes banner, and collecting the other missing copies on 3 unit focus banners may give you the best odds overall, while you still have more than decent chances of merging your older heroes on the revival banners. The silver medal goes to banners with 2 focus heroes, though it is not sure if they will ever do it again, and even if they do, the heroes on there should better be good. Plus 10 Ilger! Does anyone want a plus 10 Ilger? Only 940 orbs for a plus 10 Ilger? Anyone? Anyone? 930 orbs? Anyone? The top 1 banner, or rather units, are demotes on new hero banners. While this doesn't seem to be too spectacular for regular units who are added to the normal 4 and 3 star summoning pool, it is pretty amazing for seasonal units, and we actually got a few really nice demotes among them lately. So for anyone looking to plus 10 an exclusive unit with a really nice summoning experience, 4-star focus seasonal heroes are the way to go. With that, let's also look at the other side of the coin, the banners which will give you the most focus units for the least amount of orbs. 4-star focus units are still number 1. You won't find any other unit which can be summoned as fast, simply due to the fact that they take the whole 3% summoning focus for themselves. On the second place are Legendary and Mythic banners, trying their best to make up for their pure specific hero performance, and it's true. I've never pulled more focus units on any other banner. It may not have been the ones I was looking for, but I can't neglect the sheer amount of units I pulled. Place 3 actually hit me by surprise. Color sharing, skill or focus banners. This does of course only count for the color which has the 2 units sharing, but those banners have really nice results in both areas. You may merge your units reasonably fast, while also summoning surprisingly many 5 stars. The focus units per orbs are actually as good as Legendary and Mythic banners. So keep a good eye on these banners. If you ever happen to see one where you like both focus units at the same color, you may get really great value out of your orbs. Legendary Hero Remix, double seasonals and color sharing new heroes, as well as the Hero Rises banner are in the midfield, providing very nice summoning rates with around 65 orbs per focus hero. After that it's slowly getting worse. Hero revivals are at 72, Hero Fest at 78 despite the good summoning rate. Normal skill or focus banners without color sharing are already second to last, and surprisingly, new hero banners without color sharing will give you the worst experience in summoning a lot of focus 5 stars. Overall, I was indeed surprised by the results. Demotes being on top in both areas was to be expected, as well as legendary banners being once on top and once in the bottom. It did surprise me though, how good focus banners with color sharing are overall, how good the merging chances on hero revivals are, and especially how bad new hero banners perform, the banner where probably most players spent their orbs. Seeing this, the added sparking system and summoning tickets were very much needed in order to give those banners more value, despite the "wow, my favorite character was finally added" effect. And I kinda can't believe that they still don't have a sparking system on every seasonal banner as well. Whew, this was a lot of information, and I'm sorry if my voice was breaking here and there. This was actually a 4-hour recording session, but I hope I was able to break it down in an understandable way for you. Summoning is and will always be a gamble, so even understanding it can only do so much for us. It does help though in adjusting our expectations, so we may not be as devastated by the results, making summoning sessions overall healthier. That's it for this video. If you still have questions, please leave them in the comment section. I will try to answer them as well as I can. These 2 videos have taken me days of work and research, so I would very much appreciate any kind of support, liking, commenting, sharing or subscribing. That being said, thanks for watching. I hope you'll be lucky on the Hero Rises banner if you decide to spend some orbs there. If you're not lucky, I'm not taking the blame. Blame the Asians for being better than us in yet another game. How? I mean, seriously, how comes that they are always better than us? It's because half of them are wearing glasses, isn't it? It somehow makes them extra smart and skilled.